Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is new comic book day for the week of June 10th. We're going to get started right now.
Right now.
This episode brought to you by the Comic Store, 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey, 08028. It's open. Come buy stuff.
Hey guys, Tim from the Comic Book Store, Capes and Scowls, Team Ashen. And, you know, I do a lot of stuff, all half-assed. How are you? Let's talk about comics. So, we have Wonder Woman's Tempest Tossed. New young adult Wonder Woman story. We have Just Beyond by R.L. Stine. You remember R.L. Stine, of course. We have Dungeons & Dragons, A Darkened Wish. Ooh, Darkened Wish. By B. Dave Walters and Tess Fowler. I like Tess Fowler. We have Something Is Killing the Children. This has come out in the past. This is, it had an alternate cover. I don't know, maybe this is just late or something. Hey, I don't know. It had a different cover. It had a, what's her name? Jenny Frison? She's awesome. Semantics. Ruby Falls from Burger Books. Remember Burger Books? It was kind of like Vertigo. Kind of. I miss Vertigo.
It's only been gone a few months and I miss it.
Anyways, Superman Action Comics Volume 2 of the Bendis run. Got that. We have 920 London. I don't know nothing about this. Paul, you know anything about this?
Not even a little.
All right.
The cover baffles me.
That really didn't tell me enough. It's a book. Analog Volume 2. I remember reading Analog Volume 1. It was very good. Probably still very good. We have Wonder Woman, The Just War. This is Volume 1 of the redo of Wonder Woman, I guess. This is where G. Willow Wilson comes in. It's got a sweet Terry Dodson art cover, with Rachel Dodson, of course. And finally, we got Snowpiercer, Volume 1. I am pretty sure this hasn't been released as a soft cover. I could be wrong. Yell at me in the comments when I'm wrong. That's great. I love analytics. Help me out. But yeah, this hasn't, I think it's just been hardcovers. They're really nice hardcovers. But if you want a more affordable way to $14.99, it's a little better than like a $30 hardcover, right?
First up, since everything happened, like there's so much stuff coming out that it's just like, oh yeah, this book was really, really good. So we're going to check out a lot of those today. We have Decorum, issue number 2. The only reason this book is not higher on the list is this is one that you just absolutely have to go back and read the first issue of. One thing that Hickman does is that he dumps a lot of knowledge on you through the inserts that he typically does. When you're dealing with X-Men, it works because you already have a familiarity with the characters, so it's easier to pick back up and kind of get involved. With brand new characters like in Decorum, I was really, really confused until about halfway through the book, and then I was just like, oh, okay, now I understand. Now I'm remembering what is going on. And that's the only reason why this book suffers. You really do need to go back and reread issue number 1 to kind of get a reset of this. I'm not saying this is a bad book. It's just that, unfortunately, this one does suffer a little bit because so much is going on. It's such a huge world that you will just be kind of lost because it's been several months since you read this book. So, but still, check it out.
All right, first up we have Join the Future, issue 2. I read issue 1. Why not read issue 2? If you remember issue 1, and we've had some time because of what's been going on in the world, really bad stuff happens to these people who are not part of a futuristic society. It's a little more Western outside of the bubble. And awful things happened at the end of the issue. They are confirmed in the beginning of this one. A lot of people dead. A lot of people killed by futuristic, angry, terraforming people. What is the result of this? Well, a young girl is determined to avenge her family and murder a bunch of people from the city. It's almost an impossible task. We'll see how she gets there. There's a lot of other things that happen I don't want to give away, but I love Zach Kaplan. I think he's fantastic. I think he can do no wrong. He wouldn't. He wouldn't do wrong.
Next up, we have another book that went by and got stuck, and Several months later, however, unlike Decorum, this is a little bit easier to get into. It's Stealth issue number 2. It's been several months, so the big reveal is Stealth is a character from the 80s, 70s, 80s, a guy that's been running around. I mean, obviously not really, but in the book, he's been running around in the 70s, 80s, kind of fighting crime. But now something's kind of off, and you come to realize that he has Alzheimer's. He's been fighting for so long that the suit and whatever, they don't know whether it's the powers or whatever, has given him Alzheimer's. So he's still reenacting some of the things that are happening in the 70s and 80s and getting to those flashbacks, but now he's fighting the wrong people. And in the first issue, he beats the living crap out of his son, thinking that he is a hostage taker of the president, and everything just kind of goes that way. And you get it, you understand where he comes from, all this kind of stuff. It's very easy to read and it's very easy to follow. But it's such an interesting concept, dealing with a character who, at least in his mind, is still doing the right thing, but his faculties are failing him. And what do you do, and where do you go with that kind of situation? And how does that affect the people that you love? It's a really good book to read. So you should definitely pick this one up. Not my pick of the week. Close, but not my pick of the week.
All right, next up, I randomly read Deadpool, issue number 5, by Kelly Thompson. I love Kelly Thompson. Hi, Kelly Thompson. This issue was really fun. Apparently, Deadpool is the king of the monsters, and he beat up Kraven. He sent him packing. I think a Kraken ate him. It's a whole thing. But Deadpool's in charge of an island of monsters that is right off of the coast of New York. And one of the monsters, which is sort of like a Godzilla character, is decided to randomly up and go attack New York. And he needs to kind of wrangle him back in. And it's just such a silly book. It's a silly concept. It's kind of Deadpool like you've never seen him, where he's taking things very seriously. And Elsa, what's her name? Elsa Bloodstone, Blood Moon, the Monster Hunter. I'm terrible at these things. My memory's gone. Anyways, she's there and she's all like, Wade, you're awesome. I love you. No, that's not what happens. I lied to you. Anyways, Kelly Thompson's great, and just read the damn book.
What is my pick of the week? Because it's nostalgia. It's Batman. The adventures can continue. It's literally Batman adventures. Like, if you're a 90s kid, I don't know you if you did not watch Batman Adventures. This show was amazing. To this day, I still think it's the quintessential Batman series to watch. And this is all the original artwork, all the original people that come together and do this book. And it's so well done. And it's so well done that when I'm reading the book, all I hear is the original characters saying the lines in their own voices, and like Kevin Conroy and Tim Daly because Superman's in here, and so many other things. And just on that makes you love this book. But then it's continuing. So a robot has stolen Wayne Tech material, and Batman has to track down who that is. And if you heard me say Superman, then you probably know where this is going and who the villain actually is. I'm not going to spoil it, but I may have already done that. But you kind of you would it's very heavily hinted. It's not like it's like, oh my god, this is a big reveal, but it's so well done. And if you don't read Batman's voice and Kevin Conroy's voice, I don't know what to do with you. But it's so good. The art is amazing. You should be checking this out. And if you are a 90s kid, it is required reading. It's so good. Check it out.
Okay, time for my pick of the week. And of course, this is issue 1. It's Adventureman. Adventureman, full of adventure. I really love Terry Dodson art. Terry Dodson art, I'm a sucker for it every time. And it's even better than like ever in this issue, which is like 3 times as big as a normal issue, and it's still just $3.99. This is a pulpy kind of story. and it's very like harkening back to those shadowy, Doc Savage-y kind of things, Phantom. And what it is you're reading a story of Adventureman and his goons, his cronies, his friends, as they fight their evil equivalent, so to speak. And the story kind of ends, and it feels like there should be more, but there isn't. And then it focuses on this woman, Claire, and her son, I think Tommy was his name, as they discover the stories of Adventureman in a bookstore kind of thing. And all this weird stuff keeps happening, and you don't know, maybe Adventureman was real. It's a very strange story. It's super strange. This was my pick of the week before I even knew that they were reading a story, because of how well the art was, the panels, everything was just laid out perfectly. Fraction did a really good job writing this, and I just could tell that they were having fun. It's a good book. Check it out. If you like pulpy kind of stuff, you have to. You'll be mad at yourself if you miss this. All right, that's the end of the video. Thank you for making it to the end. You did a great job. Look at you. You're so good. Paul would like to thank everybody who came by his charity stream that he did on Twitch. Thank you for all of those who stopped by, everybody who supported who could. Awesome on you. And yeah, I guess we'll get back to it next week. And comic book store we're open for curbside, and we will be open proper sooner rather than later. So yeah, just come visit me.
Yay, the wall's coming back.
The wall's coming back. We'll have a different backdrop probably next week.
Well, I mean, it never really left. We left it.
We did leave it. This wall, not as fun. A little dirty. I'm gonna have to clean that. Anyways, bye.